Hi there. Guess who it is? Me, James. Because I am James, you are you, we are here on At Home with James. Live on twitch.tv/athomewithjames. I know, you're probably surprised to see me. You thought to yourself, well, there's no way James is going to give us any of his attention tonight. Probably hoping to see one David Kaufman here again tonight. Because, of course, David Kaufman filled in this past Monday, as he has for the past 3 Mondays. So sorry to disappoint you if you were expecting Dave Kaufman. What a shame. You're stuck with James on At Home with James tonight. I know. I get it. After 250 episodes, I guess a guy can't take a night off, right? Dedicating almost every single night of a pandemic to a very supportive, a very lively, a very jubilant audience. And 3 nights out of over 250 plus, the guy in the chair decides to take a night off and sit on the couch. No, it's fine. You don't have to keep rushing back all at once. I know you guys like Dave. We all love Dave, right? But Dave's got a lot, you know? Dave has his driver's license. I don't. Dave has a full-time job. I don't. Dave goes to bed with someone who loves him every night. I don't. Dave has a great big apartment. I don't. You know what I had that Dave didn't have? I had a commanding grasp on how to host a very humble internet streaming show. What did he do? He came for that too. I guess Dave just doesn't have. What else do you want, Dave? You want my shirt? Well, it won't fit, but you'll probably find a way to make it fit. You want my box of Mike and Ike's? Well, you can't have any because I ate them all, because I was worried you might take those too. Anyways, we got a good show. Dave Kaufman's here tonight. In addition to that, Nicky Fournier is also here tonight, and Andy Assaf is here tonight. What are we talking about? We are talking about revised resolutions. This is something that we did in 2020. Huge success. So I thought, what if I brought my talents back to Twitch and brought with me a theme that people loved and raved about? That's what we are doing tonight. And I hope you're excited, because I'm excited. I can't wait to be back in the saddle again. I know there's a hockey game on tonight, but I thought I needed to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm the type of guy who will still host his show even if there is a hockey game going on. Because trust me, I'm not watching the hockey game at all. I am so locked in to this show tonight that you're going to see me not miss. There's not even going to be a second that I check in with the hockey. So why don't we get this show on the road and welcome our first guest. Not only is he producing tonight's show, he is one of the all-time great well-wishers. He was on the first version of Revised Revolutions last year. We're going to check in this year. Let's welcome Andy Assaf to the show. Andy, how's it going?
Very good, James. Thank you for asking. I'm very excited to be here.
Look, I'm very excited to have you here. This is a big night. I'm back. You're back. This time last week, we had some technical snafus that for the first time ever stopped us from doing a show, and it almost happened again. But the one caveat being, tonight, you hit the board, you fixed it, we are live, and we are in living color. So, Andy, I have to thank you.
James, You don't need to thank me. If anything, I need to apologize that I didn't get the show running last week. That I as a tech, I need to put all the responsibility on my shoulders because it was a technical issue that we had. We brought in another tech, so maybe we'll put a little bit of blame on his shoulders. On Dave, we'll see him later tonight.
Let's not protect this guy. Who was it?
It was Dave Kaufman.
Right. So maybe the fact is he's been doing such a good job hosting that he forgot how to tech the show.
He seemed a little distracted.
Yeah.
I think he was thinking about his next questions for the next time you were going to ask him to take over.
Well, that would imply that
which
he
was
planned
that night.
questions.
That's true. So, anyways, that being said, I'm taking these revised resolutions seriously. I'm trying to better myself, James. I'm trying to be better, trying to do better. I'm here in the training chamber, and I'm ready to get into it. I'm revising some resolutions.
As people on the internet say, we can always do better, right, Andrew? Mm-hmm. Let's get into it. I mentioned this off the top. You were on this same episode a year ago. Can you tell us what some of your revised resolutions were in June of 2020?
June 2020, James. If we turn the pages back to where we were June 2020, it was a tumultuous year, if you don't remember.
I'm very familiar.
Yeah, a lot was happening. A lot wasn't happening. We were stuck in our homes. We were in the midst of the pandemic, of the first wave. I remember I was probably at an all-time low mentally.
Sure.
My cigarette habit had gotten to probably the worst it ever has, as I've talked about many times on this show. So that was one of my first, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I mentioned it on that show, but soon after, was a goal of mine was to quit smoking.
Okay.
Do you want to stop there and talk about that before we move on to the next one?
Well, I want to check in to see how you've done with that. It's probably been a roller coaster. It
has. As you know, I've quit multiple times. I've used Thrive male enhancing lozenges to curb my cravings.
Yeah.
And I've fallen off the wagon. Okay, I'll admit it. Okay, I haven't been perfect.
Yep.
But I will say that, and I did quit that summer. I went 2 months without smoking that summer.
Right.
Until I went back, and now I am excited to announce that I'm 16 days without a cigarette on my app right here.
Congratulations. If Dimitri Kirez was on the board tonight, you'd be getting a round of applause sound effect. Now, Andy, you talked about how this time last year was a very dark time for you. Mm-hmm. You talked about your cigarette consumption. I want to ask you about your sex consumption.
Well, yeah, that was one of my other goals, was to quit sex. No, that was my Ramadan goal. Yep. No, look, James, I'm off the lozenges too. I'm not even using the male enhancing lozenges. Sorry, the male dehancing lozenges. These are lozenges designed to suppress male enhancement. Yes, yeah, unwanted boners, right?
Yeah,
to put it crudely. So I'm not on those anymore, and it's been a little rocky. You know, it's summer. We're in heat, James.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're saying that the warm weather has turned up the temperature inside of your body, and you're feeling, as kids might say, horny.
It's not so much that I'm out on the town. Look, there's still a pandemic going on. Okay, officially, but yes, I do feel my body temperature rising. Yeah. You know, my buttons on the top of my shirt won't do up.
Right.
They refuse to stay done up. I need to air out the chest, and things happen when that happens, James. You know this.
Right. So you're showing off some skin for the summer months.
Yeah. Why not? You know, I also this wasn't even a resolution of mine, but I accidentally. I've lost a couple pounds. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm feeling pretty strong, like Goku. Sid's asking why there's Goku in my background, because I feel like this guy. Look at him. He's doing a push-up with one hand.
Yeah, well, you know, you keep on this path that you're on, which is no smoking and increased sexual activity. You might be doing a one-armed push-up yourself on top of a lover.
So you think that the sex is making me more powerful?
I think that you're someone who functions better in life when you're functioning well in between the sheets.
Okay, so maybe I should revise my revolution to have more sex. is what you're saying.
Okay. So this is why we are here tonight. We're talking about revised resolutions. We have hit the halfway mark of 2021. Are you making a declaration right now that you, Andy Assaf, would like to be increasing the volume of the sexual intercourse that you're having from now until December?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have some sex.
You break into a Pacino there?
Okay.
All right, well, let's move on from that very brief impersonation.
I have one final resolution.
Well, your
James.
final one, that's it?
Oh, wait, we're not done with there was one more that I had set that I have accomplished. This is the thing, James. Other than the new one we've just established, most of the ones I've set, I have accomplished.
Okay, well, let's hear about them.
So I had also, in the last episode, complained about how much Civilization 6 I was playing. I was playing a lot of the strategy game Civilization 6. And it was a good way to keep in touch with some friends virtually and play a long strategy game that meanders and no one really likes, but we get to chat while we do it. I haven't played it since August 2020, so that one's done. And then one that you helped me with, James, was write or work on something 1 hour a day.
Okay.
And you told me a good way to do that is to start a project.
Yep.
And I did with my very good friend Dimitri Kiers, also a tech on the show. Can't talk too much about it, but we did work on something together.
We'll keep it beneath the sheets.
Yeah, and you want me to say it and just keep it between us and the audience? No.
No, that's fine, right?
We'll keep it between the sheets. We
don't want you to break any NDAs that you may have signed.
No NDAs. We're just not going to talk. No, your advice really helped, and I put myself into working on that, and I think my mental health improved because of that. So thank you, James.
These people that watch the show, they think I'm some crankshaft and I'm crusty and a curmudgeon. You're telling me live on the air that I helped guide you to a place of positivity. Not only did you abandon playing these addictive nerd games, you got productive, you wrote something, and you're working on it now.
Yeah, and I feel more self-actualized, and now I'm probably gonna have more sex because of you. So,
wow. Well,
that's the triple whammy.
Well, I want you to make me a promise.
Okay.
I want you to think of me mid-pump.
I could do that.
Right? Yeah? Because remember, I gave you a gift a long time ago, a signed picture.
That's true.
I want to continue to inspire you. So let's see this.
I have it hanging on my wall right behind me.
Yeah, so this is an 8x10 that I used to sell. This is when I was notorious for only wrestling women. So that's me in a posed photo, pinning a woman, and the picture reads, Andy, do you want to read it out?
Yes, it says, to Andy, keep on fucking. Twiggy.
Yeah. All these years later, still inspires you.
And I put it right here, right above my Bernie poster.
Well, me and Bernie Sanders, we have a lot in common. It's mostly our posture.
Now it's crooked, but it still looks good. James, I have one last resolution I want to make.
Please.
So at the beginning of the year, I made a resolution, actually. Mm-hmm. Do you want to hear what it was?
Would love to.
I wanted to, by the end of the year, be able to dunk a basketball.
Okay.
Okay. And now we are June 16th, the year of our Lord, 2021. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to give a little update.
Okay, so you're gonna give us some possible breaking news here on your resolution that you made in January of wanting to dunk a basketball.
Yeah. So let me make sure I have the right one here.
Let's be honest, Andy. Between you, me, and the audience, you are notorious for dunking balls, right?
Okay, well, specifically, I want to start dunking the basketballs into the basketball net, right?
Yeah.
So I've been playing more basketball, James, and so here I have a video.
Well, let's be honest, right? You're known for dunking balls.
I like to dunk balls.
Yeah.
James, is that what you want me to say?
Well, so let's see this video here.
So this is where I'm at. I could touch the rim.
Yeah. Now hold on. Is this the same video over and over again on loop?
Yeah, we're gonna watch. So here I go out of my approach. I jump and I can smack the rim and look at me. Give me the thumbs up afterwards. So wait, let's watch this again. You know, I complete my jump. I touch it. I'm happy about that. But you can see on my face there's still disappointment. I still want.
Right.
I want more. Like I see these guys watching me behind.
Yeah.
I don't want to make sure, I'm going to dunk it, right? So I still need to get my hand over the rim, not just touching it.
Right. Okay.
Now
so it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Now I have one more video of me with a ball this time, right?
Okay.
Because the point at the end of the day is to get the ball in the net. If you didn't know that, James.
Well, I'm aware. I'm familiar with basketball and the rules and the strategy and technique that goes into it.
Exactly. So here is me with a ball this time. So here I go with my approach. I'm passing to myself, and I go, and you see it just falls apart.
Yeah. Now this is the exact opposite of a highlight of the night.
So yeah, I didn't complete that basket, and if you notice at the end of this run, you see and then the ball was going into someone else's court where they were playing a game, so I had to run after it. Felt very embarrassed. These guys are now laughing at me. Look at them, talking total smack. And yeah, just did not even get close to the white of the net.
Yeah, no, you end up whipping this ball to the bottom of a fence, and then it rolls away, and you start chasing it like a dog owner whose canine has run away.
I just got to run. You see, I don't even have time to wave to the camera. I'm already gone. So that's where I'm at, James.
I have breaking news right now.
Yeah.
I have breaking news. The Montreal Canadiens are up 1-0 on the Vegas Golden Knights.
Look at that.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not watching this game.
James, I got one thing to say to that, and it's this right here. It's this right here.
It's a thumbs up. It's a thumbs up. Okay, so Andy, this is one of the resolutions you made at the beginning of the year. I want to know, we're halfway through the year. You've made one new resolution, which is to make more love, right? You want to make...
Yeah, and dunk. I want to continue on my journey to try to dunk.
Okay, so you do not want to revise that. You have added another resolution. Is there anything else you'd like to add to your resolution ether?
Honestly, James, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped because after I just kind of went over those revised resolutions, and I did really well with those.
How about this?
I'm feeling pretty happy. I'm feeling pretty good, mentally healthy. People are probably watching this and really liking me brag about it.
Well, look, here's the thing.
I'm in Sweet Tarts commercials.
People in this day and age, they don't like to celebrate their successes because they feel like it lacks humility. I'm a believer in we all need to tap into our inner confidence and our inner egomaniac. Now, Andy, how about this? I have a resolution for you.
Okay, we got another one?
Here's the first one. I want you to leave Toronto and spend more time in Montreal over the next, let's say, 2 to 3 months. Do you think that's feasible? You resolve to spend more time in Montreal, a city of winners, unlike Toronto, the city of losers.
Of chokers, yes. Now, James...
Jokers, midnight tokers, again...
Series chokers.
City of losers.
Now, James, can I ask a clarifying question?
Please.
So you said in the next 3 months, spend more time. Do I have to spend the majority of that 3 months in Montreal in order to complete this resolution?
Look, it's open. I want you to spend some time in Montreal. That's what I want for you to resolve. I
would like that as well, James, and I'm going to put that in the rules. So in the next 3 months, the majority of my time will have to be spent in Montreal. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to add one last thing to that. It's a sub resolution to that one.
All right.
Barring any unforeseen incident, right? Okay, so there's a couple conditions for this one. You need to be double vaccinated. I need to be double vaccinated. I think for the first time ever in yours and my friendship, you ready for this, young man?
Yeah.
You and I hit the town.
Okay. Hit the town with James, and we can only do that if I accomplish the first goal, right? Because I'd have to be in the same city as you.
And I'm going to tell you what my resolution is that connects to this resolution.
Hit me.
Andy, I want to get you laid.
Well, James, this is so funny that you bring this up. Because I just added another resolution.
Oh, please.
Which was a sub-resolution to the sub-resolution that we created. So the first resolution was spend more time in Montreal. The sub-resolution was once we're double vax, go out on the town with James. My sub-resolution to that, next to your sub-resolution to that, is get James laid.
No, see, this is where I got to throw up the red flag. You
Uh-oh.
want to know why? You want to know why?
I wrote it though.
But if
I put a
that were to happen,
checkbox.
we talk about hypotheticals on this show all the time. Hypothetically speaking, if you were to get me laid, right,
Yeah.
as a perv would say,
Yeah.
think about this. Andy, that's one less woman for you to be intimate with.
It's a tough trade-off, James, but I'm willing to do it because I trust our friendship. And here's what I'm gonna do, James. We're gonna be out on the town, right? As mentioned, I'm gonna walk up to a girl and say, "My friend over there thinks you're really attractive."
Yeah, that's always a winner.
And I think that'll work. I think that'll.
Yeah. And then we will be known as the Stephen Doug Butabi of Montreal.
I don't know that reference, but it sounds right.
Well, it's from the film Night at the Roxbury.
Oh.
Popularized as a sketch on Saturday Night Live.
That's the name of their characters, Steve and Deb.
Stephen Doug Butabi. What did you say, Deb?
Stephen Deb Bukaki.
Well, Andy, you gotta get a little bit. You're one of these Second City guys. You just gotta start watching some '90s comedy here.
No, I know Night at the Roxbury. I've watched it a ton as a kid. I just didn't remember.
Add this to your resolution.
I just know them as Will Ferrell and Corky Romano.
Add it to your list. You're gonna watch Night at the Roxbury.
Okay, so sub goal, because I think that should be the sub goal to try to get you laid, is research ... watch Night at the Roxbury.
Exactly. Andy, Look, that's our time tonight. I'm very excited for what the future holds for not only you, but for you and I together as longtime friends, and dare I say, CPF's close personal friends.
I like that. Certified CPFs. James, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think our friendship is a perfect example of a friendship that makes the other one better. We always strive to make the other one better, and because of that, I'm very appreciative, and I love you, James.
Andy, I know that you're notorious for making love, but I feel like you just made love to me from a sentimental standpoint with your beautiful words. Thanks so much for being here, Andy, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, James.
That is Andy Assaf. What a night. What a night to be alive. I know. You got James here tonight. Dave is not hosting, but like I said, tonight, there's a hockey game on. You, the audience, who I value, who I appreciate, who I would do anything for, you out there watching along the information superhighway have got my undivided attention. Let's move on to our next guest tonight, a longtime friend of the show. Last time she was here, she tried to convict me of a crime of posting thirst traps, which I continue to plead innocence of. Let's welcome Nicky Fournier. Nicky, welcome back to the show.
Hello, James.
Okay, so apparently in your mind, this is a thirst trap, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. I've spent the first part of the show analyzing this.
Yeah, so the image that I used to promote tonight's show, you think this is a thirst trap, an old man winter looking image?
I see it in the eyes.
Right. Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, because for people who don't know, you've been on this show a multitude of times, and you have often brought up how the pictures that I post on my Instagram account, @It'sJamesMcGee, you have to request a follow if you're a creep. No, thank you. You believe that I post thirst traps, where I believe that they are satirical. And now maybe I'm starting to understand where you're coming from in the world of thirst traps, because I do not think of myself as a sex guy or otherwise known as a sex symbol. You're saying that it has to do with my gaze.
I think it's like an essence.
Oh, okay. But that's uncontrollable.
Oh, so you're just uncontrollably.
Well, I'm basing that off of what you're saying. Now, I know that we're already off to a contentious start here, but if there is an essence, how can one control their essence? What could I do? Because it sounds like it's not about clothing. It's not about actions. It's not about your physicality. It's just an essence, right?
Yeah, I think you just got to own it.
Right. So you think I should go further with it and make an effort to actually post now, okay, Nicky, look, this is about revised resolutions.
Yeah.
Maybe, and we talked about this, maybe one of my revised resolutions is to post an honest to God TT, a thirst trap. But here's the question. First off is, do you believe that you have ever posted a thirst trap?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, can you tell me, what do you believe are the criteria that someone needs to meet in order to successfully put out a thirst trap based on your own work and experience?
I think it's like a self-awareness kind of like confidence, sort of like sexuality in a photo.
Right. Okay. So it sounds like, and you can confirm or deny, that I've already got the confidence thing going on. However, I do not believe that I've ever posted anything that I'm trying to promote my own sexuality.
Oh, you don't?
I don't, but it sounds like you're saying it needs to be a conscious effort.
Oh well, I don't mean like it's an effort. It's just that you obviously know it's
Got
hot.
it. Okay. All right. So I need to go into it knowing this is HAWT.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
What
look
else?
forward to seeing what you post.
Is there anything else? Now, can I ask you, if you were to produce this thirst trap for me, if you were to imagine it, what do you believe I should be doing to stir the pot a little bit?
I'd say more skin, like
Okay.
more nudity.
More
Um,
nudity. Okay, so the big secret is more nudity. Now,
yeah,
what type of nudity should I be trying to aim for?
like tasteful. I want to see a tasteful nude.
So you want me to be full nude?
No, tasteful. Like
Right.
suggested.
Okay, but suggestive but full nude.
Yeah, like maybe in front of either like your Habs stuff or like your Coca-Cola stuff.
So maybe maybe one of these items is covering my coarse nudity.
Yeah.
This sounds like a nightmare.
Well, maybe you should challenge yourself. And
Okay. So that is a very fair thing to try to look for when it comes to a resolution, whether at the beginning of the year or revise. A lot of these resolutions that we make is a self-challenge. So this makes sense to me. I feel like I've learned a lot in these past 5 or 6 minutes.
good. Yeah.
All right. But I don't want to make this about me, Nikki. I don't want to be a broken record. I want to know, at the beginning of the year, did you make any resolutions? I'm not asking you to tell me what they are. I'm just asking simply, did you make any?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now, would you like to tell me what they are?
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
No,
yeah.
you don't have to. You don't have to.
I've got like, I'll tell you a bit of the essence.
Sure. Okay. And look, there's everything about this segment right now between you and me is all about essence, right? So I want to understand the essence of your New Year's resolution that you made at the top of 2021.
Yeah, I'd say it's along the lines of radical self-acceptance.
Okay. That's great.
So like working to kind of like accept myself, like yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great. How has it been going on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say about a 7.
Now, 7 is very good. People do not celebrate sevens enough. Think about this. It's June, right?
Mm-hmm.
June 16th, you made this resolution at the tail end of 2020. Going into 2021, you're at a 7, and we are only halfway through the year.
Yeah, that's something I think I should celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you've been smoking marijuana all night.
What? No.
Now, would you like to take a celebratory toke to celebrate reaching 7?
Hell yeah.
Right. Now, this is toke up. Now, this is interesting. Only seconds ago, you claimed you were not smoking marijuana. Now you were begrudgingly. Now that's a lot of steam. That's if there was ever a commercial, I would use that all that pot smoke coming into frame here. Now, where do you think you'll be on this scale of 1 to 10 for radical self-acceptance by December of this year?
I think, oh, you know what? I actually am turning 30 in November.
Okay.
And I heard that when you turn 30, you start to really just let it all go, you know?
Okay.
Like kind of just let yourself go, and like you give less of a shit, you know?
Sure. Okay. So that's what you're hoping by your 30th birthday, you're just over it. You're easy peasy, lemon squeezy, living a casual life.
In regards to myself, yeah. The goal would be to like be like look in the mirror and just be like, okay, yeah.
Look, Nicky, I love this. I love this resolution. It's great. I think it can inspire other people to have similar resolutions. But of course, not only are we checking in on what we have set out to do at the beginning of the year, now I want to see if there's anything we would like to add to the pot.
Okay, so I have a video as well, but I can't get it on the back of my head. Like,
Now, what are you saying? You have a video that you can't get on the back of your head.
like
I
your
think that
other death.
toke of marijuana may have
No. Okay, so I took up a sport, much like Andy,
Mm-hmm.
but so like this was a surprise to me. I took up this sport. I'll just play this video.
Sure.
So that's
Okay, so
me.
yeah, you're skateboarding.
Yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see the thumbs up I give is
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. But there's still that doubt.
Yeah.
There's still the doubt in my eyes. It's like I want to be able to do more. I want to maybe lift the board up.
Okay, so what you're saying is you would like to do an ollie.
Yes, yeah.
Right. Now, how about a kick flip?
Ooh, maybe 2023. I got to get some pads.
So you've skipped over the possibility of doing a kickflip in 2022, and you've set your sights for a successful kickflip in 2 years from now.
Yeah, we'll see how the ollie goes, because the ollie is the main trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now can I ask what drove you to a world of trying to be a Tony Hawk pro skater?
It's always been an interest of mine. Like I played with the neighbor kids as a kid. They had like a quarter pipe.
Yeah.
But I was just the youngest, and I never really got on the board. I never hopped on. But we're in a pandemic, and we pick up hobbies.
It's a time to try new things. I love it. So you're skateboarding. You seem fairly confident on the board. You mentioned there's a bit of doubt, but again, think about your January resolution. You're at a 7 now. Where do you think that this board confidence is going to be, let's say, in 2 months from now? We're looking at August. Where are you at confidence-wise on the board?
I say I'll be able to ollie.
Okay, you'll be able to ollie. That's great. Now,
yeah.
We've got a very nice affirmation for you coming in from the chat. Are you ready for this, Nicky?
Yeah.
This is coming from longtime viewer, high score run. Quote, Nicky can do skateboarding at the Olympics.
Okay. Like when?
Well, there's the Olympics this year. You might want to strive for 4 years from now. So now you've got a lot of long-term goals that can extend from 2021 all the way to 2023 and onward.
Yeah, that doesn't really, can I just be honest?
Of course.
That's not really my goal to be the next Tony Hawk. Like,
right.
I don't really, yeah.
So what you're saying is you're not down with this compliment that someone gave you.
It's just not, it doesn't really align with my goals, but thank you for the who said that?
That was High Score Run. So High Score Run, thank you so much for the compliment, but try again next time. Now, Nicky, do we have any other revised resolutions for the remainder of this year?
I think what else? Hold on, I'm looking at my notes.
Sure. Look, I love a prepared guest.
I have 3 of my journals with.
Okay.
Oh my God. There was one revised. Look at this. Maybe drawing better, like drawing more. I feel like
Right. Okay. So we've got here. Let Nikki. Let's see these cartoons again. Let's hold it here. So this looks like a person wearing a rain jacket, and then the second one looks like Mark Rowland with.
yeah. What?
Now let's keep going here. Then we've got Cameron Diaz with semen in her hair from Something About Mary, and then we've got a condom with eyes.
Yeah.
I like these cartoons a lot. I think that there's something that you can do with this. I like these little doodles.
You do?
Yeah. Now is the first one you?
Wait, which one's the
Yeah,
first?
the lady caught in the rain. Right? I feel that to me that one speaks to your essence.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's cute.
Yeah. Now tell me, did I nail all of those drawings? Did I get them right?
Yeah, well, okay, no, because I was actually looking at this and I realized that that looks an awfully lot like Mark.
Yeah.
Rowland, and that was not intentional
Yeah.
at all. But I like
It's a doodle, right? It's a doodle, right? We've also got Cameron Diaz from Something About Mary, and we've got the condom with eyes.
yeah, and below it it says clean and clear your mind.
Okay, so as we begin to wind down, Nikki,
Yeah.
it sounds like so much about what you are striving for is self-improvement, self-confidence, and
Yeah.
self-cleansing.
Yeah, and self-acceptance. Yeah.
Now, it sounds like you're on the right path, and I've got more breaking news right now. And
Have
I am not watching, but the Montreal Canadiens are currently winning this hockey game 2-0 with a goal from number 73, Tyler Toffoli.
Ooh. Okay, revised resolution. I'd like to meet him.
Okay, so as we begin to really wind down, your last resolution is you want to meet number 73 of the Montreal Canadiens, Tyler Toffoli. Now, in your mind, what does that meeting look like? Where is it? What happens? You tell me, and then we tell the audience.
Okay, so I picture us like at the park.
Which park?
Like Jerry or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just being very casual, like maybe I've had a couple drinks, maybe I'm on mushrooms, like I'm feeling
Wait, that's casual? You've had a couple drinks and you're high on mushrooms.
Yeah, like it's
okay.
COVID.
Okay.
That's my day to day.
Now, what have you consumed? You have a Coors Light iced tea?
No, I would say like maybe a glass of wine or two.
Okay. A couple glasses of wine and some mushrooms, then what? You run into Tyler Toffoli.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say like, hey, I think you're an excellent hockey player.
Mm-hmm. What do you think he says?
Oh, he'd probably be like, thank you.
He celebrates like he just scored a goal, which he just did in this hockey game. Look, I like this because it sounds like a very realistic meeting. He might be having a stroll with his doggy. You're in the park having a glass of wine, getting high as a kite.
Yeah, very casual.
Very casual. Look, Nikki, I love when you come on this show. I know at one point you thought you were banned. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Never banned on this show. You come back anytime you want.
Thanks, James.
Nikki, good luck with your revised resolutions, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the night. That is Nicky Fournier. And Vos Canadiens are currently winning tonight's hockey game, a score of 2-0 going in to the second period. And like I mentioned, I'm getting these updates from one of our producers, Devin. He's letting me know I have not watched a second of this hockey game, and nor will I while I'm hosting this show. Well, it's just about time when we welcome our final guest this evening. Before we do that, don't forget to tune in this Friday. Who's going to be here? Dimitri Kirez. There's going to be another hockey game on this Friday. Guess what? Won't be watching it. Let's welcome our third guest, certainly last but not least. He's the man that everyone has fallen in love with on this show. When it comes to the chat room, we may as well say that this guy is your new little boy toy. Let's welcome the one and only Dave Kaufman.
Hey, James, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
Johnny come lately. There's a
Oh,
new
come
kid
on.
in town.
Come on, please.
Everybody loves him.
Stop it.
So don't let them down.
Stop it. Jeez
Dave,
Louise.
I want you to answer a question for me.
Sure, anything.
Tell me what it's like.
Well, what's like, James?
What's it like to host an online show and have everyone love you?
Well, it's validating, certainly. It makes you feel kind of good inside. It's nice that people like what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like that happens a lot in your life, right? You had a woman that liked you, so then she let you put a baby in her.
Well, I guess you could put it in those terms, sure.
I'll put it in those terms. You put it in something. Let's continue, right?
Uh-huh. Sure, yeah.
Sounds like every boss you've had has really appreciated your work.
Well, you have disputes here and there with people, but overall, they think you're there to make them successful. So they appreciate the work you're doing.
You're one of those guys. Just everything works out.
I mean, I've had a pretty privileged life,
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that you gotta work for the luck that you get. So I like to think that I put in the work and the opportunities show.
Dave, let's face it. Let's cut the bull crap.
Okay.
You are insatiable. You can't get enough.
What do you mean by that?
This show, right? Hosting this show was just another White Claw in the case, and you couldn't stop yourself. You saw one last can and you thought, I'm still thirsty.
Are you saying that there's something nefarious about me hosting the show?
I think there's absolutely nothing nefarious. Look, let's get one thing crystal clear. It was my idea, right?
Yeah, you wanted to watch the hockey game.
Yeah, I did, and then somehow I became the Joker to your Batman.
I'm shocked that you're not watching the hockey game now.
I haven't watched a second of this game, and nor will I. But let's get back into it, Dave. Look. There's one thing that I have to say after these 3 weeks of shows. You want to know what that is, Dave?
What's that?
I, much like everyone else, love the work that you're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, James.
After Monday's show, right, you confirm or deny. I sent you a message. I wrote, great bleeping work tonight.
Mm-hmm. You did. You said that.
Well, I used the swear as well.
You used the real swear. You didn't.
I used the real swear. And then
in the message you sent me, you didn't write bleep instead of writing the word.
And afterwards,
so people are clear.
I wasn't sure if you didn't seem totally sold on it. And then I said, I want you to celebrate your successes. You said, okay, right?
Yeah.
Now, my follow-up question is, it feels like you've been wearing that purple shirt for the past 3 weeks on this show.
This shirt's not purple.
That ain't purple?
It's gray.
Oh, this is one of those, is it blue or gold? Okay, you're right. Maybe every shirt it's probably because you're coming from the most dimly lit location anyone has ever appeared on this show from. Look, Dave, I very much.
The Dave Cave, James.
Yeah, you're in the Dave Cave. Maybe even the future studio of this show, no matter what happens.
What does that mean?
Well, it's pretty clear I'm going to be spending a lot of time at your home once we both get our little needles.
I guess.
Then you'll get yours, and you'll see them about to vaccinate me, and you'll be like, actually, can I get one more?
Well, yeah. I was thinking of maybe swapping out my couch for a sofa bed.
Are you inviting me over?
No, just to have the option in case you get a little tipsy when you come over and hang out in my basement.
I get tipsy?
You're not sober enough to drive home.
Yeah. Well, we all know clearly I also don't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
There's another thing you have over me. You've drank more beers than I have in my life.
That's true. Dave, true.
I know
you can catch up.
My tone sounds a little salty and resentful and spicy, but I like what you're doing. Dave, look, you got the night off tonight. You get to be a guest, right? You don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. Put it back on my shoulder. I've done it for about 200 and let's say at this point 52 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, Dave, being a guest again, you set up any resolutions for yourself at the top of 2021? And why was it take over the show?
Well, I did wish that. I didn't really I didn't really set any resolutions because
Yeah, because you've got everything you've ever wanted.
Because I've got everything that I've ever wanted, and I don't want to be greedy, James.
Yeah.
No, but
Let's face it. You've been doing great on Bitcoin.
Well, not recently.
Yeah. Not okay. So finally, there's a crack in the force field.
Yeah, there's a little crack in the armor for sure.
Yeah.
But
you're saying things haven't been so good for the $1 million man, Dave DiBiase.
No, he's maybe the $1,000 man now.
Oh, the $1,000 man? Oh, okay, yeah. So we're finally on the same level.
Yeah, well, thousands dollars. Sorry.
Oh, my mistake. My mistake.
But I always break my resolutions.
Right. Really... Okay. So, is there a resolution that you could have conceivably made earlier this year that you would have gone into it knowing, oh, there's no way I'm going to maintain this?
I mean, there's the classic working out. One time on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Traditionally, when most people go to the gym to sign up, I was moving that year, so I went to the gym and I canceled my membership.
Oh, so you're saying this now? To the discerning ear, this sounds like a fun premise of a Mad TV sketch.
This is a classic sketch.
Yeah.
Where the usual thing is replaced by the unusual thing.
Yeah, in the comedy industry, we call that a misdirection.
Sure, a misdirection or a sort of an inverted premise.
Yeah, an inverted premise, right? Well, okay, so I gave my definition. You just had to come in and give a better one.
Well, someone's got to host this thing. Someone's got to let the people know what's really going on.
Yeah, and then let's continue this. I taught improv, and then all of a sudden you teach improv now.
Yeah, I teach. I taught one class.
Yeah, you taught one class,
and I have not taught a class since. Although it did go well. So if anybody out there wants to go under the tutelage of Mr. David Kaufman, feel free to send me an email.
Yeah,
email the show at Home with James.
Yeah. So if you want to hire Dave to teach an improv class for you, at Home with James show at gmail.com.
Yeah. I gotta get him in somehow.
All right. Now, Dave, if you were to make some resolutions, it's halfway through the year. Is there anything you'd like to make before 2021 reaches its conclusion?
Sure. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to make a resolution here today, live on the air. Eat more salad.
Okay, you want to eat more salad. Why is that?
Well, because I've been eating enough salad.
Right.
And I can feel it in my body.
Yeah.
I feel
you want to get more greens in your body.
I want to get a bit more greens in my body. Maybe balance out all the meat I eat.
Right. Okay. So we know that you've got a very healthy diet of meat and ass. So you want to get some more greens and veggies in your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So sort of to subsidize the superfluous amounts of ass that I've been eating.
Now, can you tell us what would your hypothetical great salad be, Dave?
Why, I'm glad that you asked, James.
Yeah, if you could have any salad you could have, what would it be? Why? Yeah, we're gonna go vegetable by vegetable.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start off with some chopped up romaine lettuce.
Yeah, why?
For a bed. Well, romaine's supposed to be better for you than just an iceberg, which doesn't really have a nutritional.
All right, let's continue. Your next vegetable.
Next vegetable, I'm gonna put.
What are you looking
tomatoes
in your basement?
What?
Looking around for vegetables in your basement?
Yeah, I'm trying to be inspired by my environment.
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, why?
Tomatoes. Well, tomatoes are technically a fruit, James. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. They're a fruit and not a vegetable, but I'm going to make the exception and pop those in my salad too because they're juicy. They can be savory. They're salty.
All right. Yeah. Everyone knows that a tomato is notorious for being salty. What's your next vegetable?
My next vegetable?
You've got a total of 5. I'm
gonna put some egg on there.
All right. So again, not a vegetable.
Not a vegetable.
Also notoriously salty.
Yeah,
why an egg?
It's some protein to go on that salad.
Okay, that's very smart. What's your next topping?
I'm gonna put some bacon bits.
Bacon bits. All right. Why is that?
Just to kind of like hold the salad together.
Yeah, bacon bits, notorious for holding a salad together.
Also quite savory.
Yeah, and your final item.
I'm gonna put a ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing. Yeah, this sounds like a real healthy salad. You got creamy ranch dressing, romaine lettuce, tomato, egg, and bacon bits.
Yeah, it's like a 2/3 of a Cobb salad.
Yeah, 2/3 of a Cobb salad. All right. Well, look, I'll let you add the corn.
Is there corn in a Cobb salad?
There is corn in a Cobb salad. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be putting that on there. I don't like corn in a salad.
All right. So we'll negate the corn now. Are there any other resolutions you'd like to make? We know the first one is eating a creamy salad.
I have to top salad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe do some more regular workouts.
Regular workouts, right? So people on the show don't know that you're an enthusiast of kettlebell swings.
Yeah. I swing the bells. I follow a Russian workout routine by a man named Pavel Tsatsulin.
All right. Okay. And it sounds like you've fallen off the wagon a bit and you haven't been as regular as maybe you once were.
Yeah. Well, I haven't fully got my basement set up. I'm going to be pumping those irons in my basement.
Now, I've been giving some resolutions for people periodically through the night. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
How about we set a hard deadline for when this Dave cave is organized and decorated?
Decorated. Let's put organized on there first.
So you're saying that with half a year left, you're not convinced that you will not only organize but decorate a basement?
I have half a year?
Yeah, because you know how 2021 ends in half a year?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I could do that.
Yeah. So what do we want to say? You tell me. This is where the ball's in your court.
So was this like a ritual or something? I do declare that David
it's a classic ritual.
I do declare that I, David Kaufman, will clean, organize, and decorate my basement before the clock strikes 2022.
Okay, so you're giving yourself to the total completion of the year.
Exactly, till midnight, December 31st.
Yeah, that's the final day of the year.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if Nicky was the only high guest on this show tonight. Now you've given yourself, this is very, very good, 6 months to take care of your basement, right?
Yeah.
Any final resolutions you'd like to add to the mix?
I don't know. What? Give me a suggestion.
I just did.
give me like an area. What do you think? What about me needs to be fixed besides my basement? And I'll make a resolution in that.
What about Dave Kaufman needs to be fixed? Well, how do you fix the man who's got it all?
I'll tell you this much. My wife recently, she was insulting my grooming habits, and she said that I was a dirtbag.
Okay, can we examine that? What specific grooming habits or the lack thereof potentially?
Well, I was lying on the couch, and she came into the room and found a piece of pepperoni on the floor.
Right, so that is not grooming.
That's true.
That's cleanliness. And
but it's sort of it all kind of envelops.
No one's never said, "Hey, I found a piece of pepperoni on the ground. This guy's not groomed."
Well, no one's ever said this guy's not groomed at all.
Yeah, but certainly not when it comes to their home care. So your wife was criticizing the fact that you're leaving pepperoni around the house.
Yeah.
So not your own cleanliness, it's your cleanliness at home.
Yeah, my cleanliness. Maybe, cleanliness at home.
But she called you a dirtbag, so your wife has been verbally abusing you.
Like the Wheatus song.
Yeah. So her implication was that you're nothing but a teenage dirtbag.
Yeah.
Just sit around listening to Iron Maiden.
Yeah. I got tickets to Iron Maiden.
Yeah, you got tickets to Iron Maiden. My mistake. I'm sorry that there's another thing you do better than me. You know Wheatus.
I know Wheatus.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe to get out of the dirtbag zone with my wife.
Yeah, so it sounds like a simple fix. Don't leave pepperoni hanging around the floors.
Well, it's not that simple.
Well, apparently not for some of us.
Yeah.
Dave, as we begin to wind down, this upcoming Monday, we still don't know if there's going to be a hockey game, right?
Oh, what has to happen? So if the Habs lose tonight and the rest of the...
Well, they would need to lose tonight. They would need to lose on Friday, and they would need to lose on Sunday.
Okay.
But on some level, it seems a little unfair, right? You only get to try your hand at hosting. when I've got better. That doesn't sound fair, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, this whole system's set up to be unfair.
You think it's set up to be unfair? Well, I think.
I mean, just ask any of the techs.
How do you mean?
Well, it's techs. We get talking sometimes about how you treat us at the show.
Oh, what are you guys threatening to set up a union?
Maybe. We got someone on board who has a lot of experience with unions.
Yeah. Who's that? Is it you?
No.
Oh, it's not you.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. You know,
right, okay,
when the owning class finds out about the working classes.
All right, well, we won't get into that, but
okay.
I look at it this way. You say that perhaps it was bred out of unfairness. I say that it was an opportunity that you seized, and not only did you hit a home run with, hit a touchdown, you scored a hat trick. You did about everything that anyone could do with the opportunity. Dave, I feel like we got to continue this trend in one way or the other.
Are you putting me live on the spot to host the show on Monday?
Not at all. I'm asking you, what do you think about the idea of keeping this train running one way or the other?
Yeah, we can keep this train running.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Some might say you and I have good chemistry together. Two guys that at one point had no chemistry whatsoever.
That's true. I think both those things are true.
Right.
From 0 to hero.
Well, before we let you go, Dave, is there anything, because of course you are the audience's boy toy, is there anything you'd like to say to the crowd before we start to wind things down?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, you're the Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the Zachary Ty Bryan, you name it, and that's what you are. Anything you'd like to say to the audience before we say goodnight?
Thanks for all the support, and I'm going to steal Nardwar's.
Yeah, great, yeah.
And doodaloo.
Do.
Yeah. Nardwar.
Well, okay. Thanks for that, Dave. Maybe we'll see you on Monday live from the driver's seat. Thanks so much and have a good night, okay?
Peace.
That's Dave Kaufman. Not only does he try to steal my show from me, this guy's stealing Nardwar's signature catchphrase and the theme song. He thought, catchphrase not enough. I'm going to do his bumper song, the stinger that the segments ended on Much Music. And I love the guy. I love him. If I didn't love him, there'd be no way this guy would be hosting the show. Who knows? Stay tuned. We're going to get more of At Home with James with Dave in the coming days. I don't know. Maybe Nicky's going to host the show one day, right? Could you imagine that? Dave comes to us from the Dave Cave where it's all dark and ominous. Nicky hosting the show should just be surrounded by clouds of pot smoke. Maybe Andy's hosting the show, right? Especially with his new revised resolution. His bedroom would just be oozing with bodily fluids, right? He wants to be having more sexual intercourse. His room would be covered in slime, if you know what I mean. Guys, look, here's the deal. I love Dave. I love Nicky. I love Andy. I love the audience. I come onto the show, and I know that everyone, they like the act of being cranky and crispy and crusty. So I want to give you what you know and you love about At Home with James. But the fact of the matter is, this show's not just about me. Everyone plays equal parts except for Dave, who wants to have the largest part, because when it comes to sharing a dinner, this guy takes the biggest portions, and that's what he's trying to do with the show. And I respect him for it. And I respect you, the audience. I want to thank all of our guests for being here tonight. Of course, I want to wish the Montreal Canadiens the very best of luck as they look to hold on to a 2-0 lead. Dare I say, extend that lead before the third period ends. Until then, thanks for watching. I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well.